Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sims 3 speed build. So this house, I called it Yellow Delight. Why? I don't know. But it's a house that's it's supposed to give the illusion of being smaller when you look at it in the front, but then when you go around to the sides or the back, it looks bigger than what it actually, it looks larger. That's kind of what I was going for with this house. Of course, as you can see, when I first started it out, it wasn't quite, it does change a little bit. I do, make some changes. I decided I wanted a porch and things like that. The upper level is lower. I took it down one set of stairs. The Sims can move around when you do that. So, however, putting in staircases and stuff like that, especially if you use the spiral staircases, can be a little bit tricky. But it is a small house and it looks really small from the front, but it is 3 bedrooms and it has 1 bath. It even has a little bit of a landing for you to do your computer work and stuff in. And the only problem with that you have with houses that have the layer that is, or the upper part that is lowered, is because the windows, you can't move them up or down, at least not in the game anyway, and they kind of clip. So I used windows that have shutters just to they're closed. They still let in light, which is really weird that they let in light, but they still let in light. And you don't see at least the glitch. And then of course on the interior you can use curtains and stuff like that if need be to help with the glitch. So I don't lower the floors too often because of that reason, and there's not very many windows you can use. But every now and then I want a house that's a little bit different. So but yeah, I know there's a piece of roof there, and as you can see it got deleted. I don't know how it got there. It must have been accidental or something. Who knows? But, yeah, this house, it's actually really cute. I like the way it turned out. I don't normally use spiral staircases, but in this house I did. Mostly because, well, it is small, and trying to fit in an actual staircase can be really difficult, especially when you have a really small upstairs and there's not a whole lot of areas you can put the staircase. I think I tried doing a staircase to start with and then just realized that it wasn't working and decided to go and change it a little bit. So this house I think is the next one in line of when I had expansion packs put in. I'm basing it off of when the video gets edited, on which one was edited in what order, and according to my files, this one and another one were edited at on the same day, but this one came earlier in the day by like 10 hours, so I'm going to assume that this one is the next one in line. I'm trying to at least keep them in order, that way you can kind of see how my testing of the game in progress and everything went as I was trying to fix the glitch that I had, or the problem that I had with the game. So I'm trying to keep them in order. But the exterior is not normally an area that gives me too much trouble. As you can see, I really didn't like having only one square there when you first walk in for your Sims to move around. I don't really like that, and as you can see, when you use a spiral staircase, you have to have the floor above normal level, and then you can shrink it back down, and then your Sims, I haven't actually tested this, but I have done this in the past before, and the Sims can still use them, but you should be fine. Like I said, I have done it in the past multiple times, and the Sims still can use the stairs. So I guess if there is a problem, I guess I'll have to fix it before I upload it, huh? Or if it ends up being a problem, I'll have to, upload a finished version. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see. It'll be in the description of the, like if you go to MTS when I do get uploaded there to the Mod The Sims, of course, all the details, everything you need to know about any of my builds, anything that I upload, I have a lot of description. Well, some of them. Some houses I just don't have much of a description because there isn't much to say. But you'll have plenty of plenty of things there to read and decide if you want it. So if there's a problem with this house, it'll be posted there. And of course, everything will be listed. So, but this is basically the layout. I just threw some furniture down so I could get kind of an idea of how the house was going to lay out. I don't always know for sure what I'm going to do. And basically there in the entranceway, I did a small like hallway to try to help get like some, I don't know, like privacy or whatever to the bedroom. It's kind of separated. It's not like right there in the entranceway. It still has a small hallway. I just felt that that would help make it, not necessarily, make it a little bit nicer. At least that's the way I was looking at it. But yes, it is definitely a small house. But I personally prefer small houses just because, I don't know, I don't like having to search for my sim. I like to be able to find them easily and not have to be looking all over the place for them. So, but yeah, the upstairs windows, and if you happen to see it, they still glitch with each other because those are actually windows that are not supposed to go side by side to each other, but they look fine on the outside. So what I do is I just put curtains to cover any glitching. So sometimes you just have to do that. You have to hide the issues that the game has. That way you can still use what it is you want to use. So I don't really remember a whole lot that I did in this house. Looks like you do get at least one table and one chair. I don't know if there's going to be another chair or not. Doesn't look like it. So yes, this house has 3 bedrooms, but you get 1 dining room chair. Yeah, well, it happens. I guess they can just eat in the living room, I guess, the way I see it. So, I mean, how many families actually sit anymore at the dining room table or kitchen dinette anyway? They usually sit in the living room watching TV anyway. So, I guess, I don't normally care, honestly, where the heck my Sims sit to eat as long as they eat. I mean, how often do you try to tell your Sims to eat and they don't even bother eating and then they're off doing something else? Well, they, that's all I care about in this game is that they actually eat. So, but anyway, just kind of throwing some stuff down. Again, limited on expansion packs. Also limit me on how much I can clutter. So I try to clutter as much as I can still. So a lot of times things start to get repeated, and I don't really like that. I feel like I repeated a lot, but not a whole lot you can do. I am currently working on a house now that is much larger, and it's going to be a lot that's going to be specifically for Aluna Island. I've been thinking about doing one of these for quite some time now, but as you can see, this was done 2 months ago, so yeah. I kind of was saving this idea, this house, for when I had all my expansion packs and store content back in. That way I am not too limited on what I can do. But it's a large lot. This is definitely going to be a house that has enough bedrooms. I can't guarantee on bathrooms, but at least enough bedrooms that you can have a lot of Sims. So if you happen to have it set where you can have more than 8 Sims in a household, then that house, which will be the last one of it'd be the beginning of, I don't even know what to call it, because I'm using it after all my testing is completely done. Like, I started building this house after I knew that my game was fine. So it's not really in this series, or whatever you want to call it. It's just a regular speed build. It's just a regular build, and yeah, it's fairly large. It's not as large as the Secret Victorian that I'm currently doing, which is technically done, and the video is done, but I need to fix a few things. Some of my secret stuff that I have in it, after all my testing and stuff, I have to basically reset them all and make sure everything is back in it. because I didn't do that when I was testing it and testing all the secret stuff that's in it, and now some of the stuff is missing. So I gotta add it all back in. I've just been lazy. I've just been lazy and I haven't bothered to do it. So I promise I haven't forgotten about it. I think about that house quite often, and I just don't feel like loading up The Sims 3 to mess with it. So yeah, I'm sorry that it hasn't come back out, and sorry for those of you who are waiting for that one. It'll come out, I promise. It'll be here eventually. So maybe I'll get to it, this weekend or something, or maybe next week. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how my days go. So here's one of the kids' bedrooms. They're not really big enough. Either of these rooms upstairs are really big enough for a double bed. So you're pretty much going to have to, you could use a double bed, but you're only going to get one sim in it since they can't crawl across the bed like they can in Sims 4. So I just kind of used the single bed, and as you can see, you got to bring everything down, and I use those blinds a lot when I got to cover up them windows because they fit perfect, like not perfectly, but really good for those windows, and it helps hide, the glitch. Only one of the windows will glitch out. The other one is fine. So it's up to you if you want to keep the blinds, or you can even add some, see if you can add some curtains over it maybe. Just be careful on any glitching through the ceiling or the roof. That is something that can happen when you lower the wall. So I just thought since these rooms were so small, we would clutter them up like crazy with wall paintings and just see what we could do. So as you can see, this was a really quick build. We're only at like 12 minutes of the building itself. The rest is screenshots. So yeah, it was a fast build. So I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed building this house, and I think it is so cute. It is one of my favorites. So I hope you enjoyed this house as much as I do, and I will see you next time. So have a wonderful day. Bye.